kicking off the IP week. You are bucking the trend. You are committing to exploration, perhaps more than anybody else in the marketplace. Why? Why now?
Well, it's great to be here. I think over the last couple of years, we've maintained our belief in exploration. We've been counter-cyclic, replenished our portfolio. And this year, as I say, we can increase our drilling activity to around about 30 wells, high-class or high-quality portfolio of opportunities this year.
Does $50 oil matter when you look, Manus, yeah, I'm going to go from 30 to 35. You need to be reassured $50 holds.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we would not invest in opportunities which we didn't think could create value at oil prices like today's.
Let's talk about some of the projects that you've got on the go. You've got drilling in the Barents Sea of Norway. Give us a progress update. I caught up with Elder last week. We didn't get into the deep down and dirty, but give us an update.
Sure. So the plan is still to drill somewhere between 5 and 7 wells. Of those, 3 impact opportunities, Korpfjell, Germany North, and Korpfjell Central. Probably kick off the program somewhere mid-second quarter, and then I think all the expectations are to the Korpfjell prospect up in the very northeast of the Barents Sea, a very big structure which was awarded a couple of years ago, so a lot of expectations there.
High expectations, no pressure then from the board.
None at all.
For you to deliver. But look, one of the key pieces is this. The oil industry has become so much more efficient, and drilling is obviously a key component there. How cheap is the average offshore well these days compared to, let's say, the boom years?
Okay, it's very difficult to make comparisons. Yeah, it depends on whether you are, as I say, in the Barents Sea, which, by the way, will be some of the cheapest wells which we drill this year offshore, or in the deep water in the Atlantic margin. But I think what you can say in general that a combination of costs coming off as the oil prices have reduced, but not least the efficiency gains which we've seen within drilling. And currently, we are actually drilling both our exploration and production wells in Statoil somewhere between 30 and 40% more efficient than we were in 2013.
It may sound like a strange question, because you've been in the oil and gas business a long time. Was it a catharsis? Has the past number of years, whether it was folly of the Saudis to do the policy or not on oil, has it been cathartic for your industry? Has it pushed you to the point of real change?
So I think the point that really pushed us to real change was the diminishing margins. And that was a realization which came to us in 2013, a year or so before the oil prices started to drop off significantly. We initiated our corporate-wide efficiency program at that point in time because we realized, this wasn't sustainable. Whatever the oil price was, it wasn't sustainable because we were continuing to take as much risk, but the reward and the margins were just reducing all the time.
Let's talk about deep water exploration as well. Give me your future vision there. Your 30 wells is where it's drilling at the moment, but deep water, what's the view?
Well, I think deep water, ultra deep water is still one of the last frontiers. Yeah. Of course, it makes it more challenging from a profitability point of view. But as I always like to say, it's not really about deep water. It's about the quality of the asset in the subsurface. So if you had a good enough reservoir, you have a good light hydrocarbon system, you have a big hydrocarbon column, and a big accumulation, then you can make most such discoveries work.
Need to ask you about one of the wells that you're drilling just before we go, which is Korpfjell in the Barents Sea. Some people are talking about 10 million barrels. You're the man at the helm. What is the realistic number that we can expect from that particular well?
Okay, so we don't communicate any specific numbers about that, but I mean I can give some perspectives.
Give me a bandwidth.
I can give you a bandwidth, but let me talk about it different. I mean,
okay.
It's a huge four-way closure. It's 800 square kilometers of closure on this prospect. And sure, if that was filled to the brim in all the reservoirs and everything with good qualities, you can probably get to 10 billion, But I'd be very happy if we proved up, somewhere between 500 million barrels and a billion barrels in Korpfjell. Very happy.